Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, please take a second to subscribe. And if you guys find this video enjoyable, please thumbs up as it really helps me out a lot. So today I'm gonna take you guys on a tour of my house plants. I have over 50 plus plants and I want to share them with you guys. But before we get started, I actually wanted to water some plants. So this is my Hoya Crimson Queen. I'm gonna be watering her. And this is the Paelia Pepper. Fun fact, it's actually also called the UFO plant, the pancake plant, and the friendship plant. I make sure to thoroughly water it all the way. And I do this about once a week or maybe every 10 days now that it's almost winter. So see, it's draining from the bottom. And then every now and then, maybe you know, 3 or 4 times a year, I'll add some fertilizer to make it grow really big. But I did so, I think about a month and a half ago, so it's good for now. So this is part of my bedroom. This is where most of my plants are, and that is my kitty. So I'm gonna start over here. This is where I just watered my Hoya Crimson Queen, and a fun fact is that there's a Hoya Crimson Princess and a Hoya Crimson Queen. The way you can tell them apart is that the queen wears the crown on the outside. So the crown is usually white, so this one has variegation on the outside, and then the Crimson Princess has variegation on the inside. So that's just some way that you can actually tell them apart. And then over here, this is mostly my succulents, and I just wanted to share with you guys the way I water my succulents is just using a mister. This is a pretty strong mister because it's meant for hair. I just got it from the dollar store. But this is enough for them to last for about another week or so. So I just do this once or twice a week, just depending on the weather and how dry the soil is. I just have some variations of aloe. This is a zebra aloe. This is just a regular aloe vera. These are also different types of aloe plants. This one is a mini snake plant. I believe mini snake plant Santaveria is just the miniature version. And then this is the Mother of Thousands. I really love this plant. I actually got it as a gift. And the cool thing about this one is that it gives off a lot of babies. These are actually little seedlings that dropped, as you can see, and they're actually growing. So eventually they're gonna become full-size plants like this one. And then this is a Peperomia Hope. And honestly, this guy is not doing so well. It has really thick leaves, but it's unfortunately not doing super well. When I originally got this, it had like 3 or 4 different stems. Now it's down to 2. I have this one right here. I just recently got about maybe a month and a half ago. It's called the Teddy Bear Vine. And it's super soft. If you touch it, it actually has very fuzzy leaves. So I love this one. I actually didn't water this since I got this plant because it was severely overwatered. And as you guys can see, it's actually doing really well. All of this is new growth and it's really doing super well. So it goes to show that you really don't need to overwater your plants. Just let it kind of take in the water that it has, and once it's really dry, that's when you can go ahead and add some water. And then up here, I have one of my favorite plants. This is the Hoya Bella. It's super cute. I just have it hanging up because I just wanted to trail down, and it's really, really beautiful and a unique plant. So once it gets a lot of sun, it actually gets a bit sunburned, and it turns this really nice like purpley color. And this is a string of hearts that I actually propagated myself from cuttings, and it's really doing really well. It's trailing. I might actually gift this to one of my friends. Just super cute. I love propagating plants. And then once I take a step back, I have this huge ficus rubber tree. And on this corner right here on my windowsill, this is my central like windowsill, I have more plants. So I have an anthurium. This is actually a plant that I got from my mom like during like one of the holidays. I think it was like Mother's Day or like her birthday, and it actually flowers, but I took a cutting before, you know, it was kind of deteriorating, just to see if it would grow, and it's been growing really well, and hopefully next summer it will, next spring or summer it can actually flower. And then right here, you guys saw it in my intro, I was watering this. This is the Paelia Peperomia, also called the friendship plant. So right now it's not doing crazy well, but hopefully by next year it'll be a taller plant and it'll have little babies that I can remove and propagate. And then this one is a watermelon peperomia. But then here I have an alocasia poly. I think it's also called the African mask plant. It's super just unique and majestic looking. And right here I have, I forgot the name of this. It's something brandy. I believe it's a Philodendron Brandy. I apologize, I do not remember the name of this. I actually got this like 2 or 3 months ago, and it has absolutely done nothing for me. It has stayed completely the same. No growth, nothing. I'm not sure what's going on. And it honestly wasn't a cheap plant. I paid like $20-something for just this one leaf, like propagated cutting, and kind of frustrated, not gonna lie. And then this one, I actually made my own sort of trio compilation from a set of cuttings. I have the Hartley Philodendron that's all green. I have the Brazil Philodendron that has this really nice variegation. And I also have a Philodendron Mikins that has this beautiful velvety, like, you know, textured sheen to it. So there's actually 3 different philodendron species here, and they're just kind of doing their thing. And I'm really surprised by the amount of growth in this tiny plant, because this doesn't have any drainage, so I have to be extra careful with this. But so far it's doing really well, so fingers crossed. It is just the basic syngonium that's out there. I don't know the specific name of it at the moment, but it's doing really well. I got this as a small cutting, and it's almost doubled or tripled its size since I've gotten it a few months ago. And then up here I just have a golden pothos that I propagated from literally like 2 or 3 cuttings, and now it's cascading down, and it's really beautiful. I just love propagating pothos. It's one of the easiest house plants that you can get. And then once I move over to this section, I have some more plants on my windowsill. So this is called a dumb cane. I actually got this from a cutting of my aunt's plant. Hers actually had tilted over and a piece broke off. So she actually took that cutting, she put it in some water, and then it started rooting. And she gave me that plant, which is this one right here. And since I've had it, it's probably given me like double or triple the amount of leaves it originally had. And then right here I have Monstera Pecana. It's actually a pretty pricey plant right now. I picked it up for, I think, $27 for like 2 cuttings, and it was doing pretty well until the weather got a bit chillier, and I think it's just really stressed, and I underwatered it. So I just watered it before this video, but I think it was severely underwatered, so a lot of the leaves are, you know, kind of droopy and wilted, so hopefully it can recover. And then I have another Philodendron Brazil. This is actually where I got my cuttings from. I paid $5 for like a smaller pot of this, and now it has just really started branching and cascading. And then up here I have, sorry, I don't know why the lighting is so off, but I have, I thought originally it was a Jade Pothos, but since then it has been producing some variations like this. So it makes me think that it's a golden pothos. I'm not sure. Originally all the leaves were green. So it's, I think, a mixture between a Jade Pothos and a golden pothos, but it's doing really, really well. It's really cascading down, and I've had so many cuttings from this. So it's one of the most easiest plants that you can really take care of, and this was a gift. It's Monstera that I actually took a cutting of, so it's actually doing pretty well. I love that it has the little slits here. So that's about it for my bedroom. This is sort of an overview of how everything looks like. And then another plant that I have in my bedroom that I forgot to mention is my snake plant. So this is actually like, I think the second or third plant that I got when I first started out like getting interested in plants. Super low maintenance. I literally water this maybe once a month if that. And it just, you know, if you don't water it, it stays the same. And then if you do water it, you know, every 4 weeks or so, it starts producing growth. So this guy right here, and both of these right here, they're all new growths. So it's a very slow growing plant, but it's extremely low maintenance. So if you guys are in the market for, you know, low maintenance plants, this is a must. So now let's take a look at my study room. I have some more plants up here. So to the left on some hangers, I have my cebu blue. This one is really growing super well. I have 2 of them. They're super popular, and they were kind of pricey when I first got them, but they are such fast growers. I actually had some issues with pests on this one. I repeatedly keep getting mealybugs. So if anyone has tips on how to get rid of mealybugs for good, please let me know. And down here I have a ZZ plant. This is one of the slowest low maintenance growing plants I have, but recently something really exciting has happened. It has actually shown me some growth. So these are actually new guys. This one right here, it's lighter green because it's sort of just newly emerging. And then right here I have another snake plant. I picked it up for like $7 at a local plant store, looking to make it really grow big. This is another super low maintenance plant that you can have. And then in front of it, I have the Swiss cheese plant. I think it's also called the monkey plant or something like that, but super easy to take care of. It's a bit of a slow grower for me, but it has one of the most unique designs you can find in a plant, and I always get compliments on this one. And then down here, I have a Hartley Philodendron. It was super inexpensive when I picked it up, and I continue to take cuttings from this. Super fast grower, easy to take care of. And then down here I have, I think this is called the Chinese Evergreen plant. I apologize if I got the name wrong, but it's a little droopy. I actually took this from a cutting from my mom's plant, and it's been doing really well since. You know, it's been giving me growth and it rooted really quickly. However, it's starting to droop a little. I think I'm either not watering it enough, or it's just related to the change in weather. I have some more plants on this bookcase. I have the Hoya Crimson Princess, and as you can see, the difference with this one is that the variegation is on the inside. And then down here I have another string of hearts. This is one of my favorite ones. It's trailing super well, and it's super, you know, full, and it's one of the most beautiful plants in my opinion. And then I have another golden pothos that I propagated. And then I have another Monstera Deliciosa. Honestly, I don't think this plant originally came to me in good condition. I actually ordered it from Amazon, and it just, all the plants kind of look like, all the leaves kind of look like this. So it's still kind of recovering from that. I'm not sure what happened, but this is a new leaf, that's a new leaf. That's also a new leaf. So the new leaves are coming out really nice. And I just think this plant just needs some time to recover, but otherwise it's a really beautiful plant, and I just need to add some structure to it because it can kind of go crazy. And then I have a prayer plant. I picked this up for really cheap. It was like, I think $7 at a local plant store, and it's a really beautiful plant. A little finicky. You know, once you get the hang of it, it is pretty low maintenance. Sometimes you just get these brown edges, which is a little frustrating to work with, but otherwise it's a super gorgeous plant. It has really nice velvet texture to it, really unique pattern. I get a lot of compliments on this one too, and during the nighttime it actually closes up into like a prayer hand. So I think that's where it gets its name from. And then moving over, I have another windowsill right here. I have my Philodendron Mikins. It's one of my favorite plants. It has a beautiful velvety texture to it. So it's really doing well. It's trailing. This plant was not super cheap either. I paid like, I think $18 or $20 for a few cuttings, but it's honestly well worth it. It's just one of the most unique plants you can own, and it's super fast growing. It has like tripled or quadrupled its size since I've gotten it, and I took like 2 or 3 cuttings from this, so it was actually a lot fuller before. And then I took another set of cuttings from my Hoya Crimson Queen, and I have some more propagations of my Pothos, my golden Pothos. And then this is my little greenhouse that I got from Amazon for like 20 something dollars. I just keep, you know, cuttings here. It just kind of helps them grow because it's a more humid environment here. So I kind of use this to propagate some of my more delicate plants and just, you know, plants that need high humidity. And yeah, it's super cute. And then this one is one of my splurge pieces. I actually paid $40 for 2 cuttings. I think it was well worth it. It's a very unique plant. This is the Syngonia Albo variegata, so it has unique variegations that you're not going to see in other syngoniums. So it has, you know, these white patterns, super, you know, nice and unique. If anything happens to this one, I'll be super sad. And then the last thing in this room is my string of hearts. So this is, again, I did this, I planted this from cuttings, and it's trailing super well. It literally was just 1 layer of cuttings, and since then all of this and all of this is new growth. Okay, the last set of plants that I wanted to share with you guys, I know this video is getting long, but I just want to end it off with my last set, and that is in the kitchen. So I have a Fittonia that my mom gifted me actually, and then I have a variegated string of hearts that is, again, a really it's a splurge buy because it's quite expensive. I paid like 20 something dollars for a few cuttings. And it's a very slow grower, but it's such a beautiful plant to own. It has these unique white and pink patterns, and then I have a string of turtles that I'm propagating from a set of cuttings. I have, I believe this is called an Enjoy Pothos, and a string of pearls. This one is doing super well, which is crazy because it's actually a very difficult plant to take care of, but it's loving this environment. So fingers crossed it stays like that. And then this is a jade plant that I actually grew from these 3 cuttings. It took some time, but it's been doing really well. It's growing super nicely. And the fact that, you know, I'm growing a whole plant from these 3 cuttings is really amazing. And then I have a neon pothos that's struggling a little. And then I have a coffee plant that I actually got for free. And then I have another rubber tree up here just by the heater. Right now the heater's not working, so I feel comfortable, you know, placing it here. But once the heater starts going, I might have to move it. And then I have some more plants up here in front of the fridge. I have, I think this is called the Boston fern. It's not doing amazingly well here because I don't think the humidity is high enough. But I really don't have any other places to put this, so it's here for now. And then I have another golden pothos that I'm propagating, and I'm probably gonna gift this one to a friend of mine or my aunt because I think she's starting to get into plants. These are the last 3 I have in my collection, but I'm just propagating some more golden pothos. And this is how I do it. I just put it in a glass of water and it starts rooting, as you guys can tell. And then I have a donkey ear plant that's kind of ugly and it's not doing well, but I don't have it in me to throw it out, so I'm just kind of leaving it here until it, you know, deteriorates on its own. And then right here I just have a bamboo plant that I got as a gift for free. I just have it in some water, super low maintenance. It just kind of, you know, chills there. So that's pretty much it for all of my plans. I'm sorry this video took a bit longer. I just wanted to sort of be thorough and show you guys all my plans and give you guys a little bit of a backstory behind some of them. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any video suggestions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I definitely need some creative inspiration, so any suggestions would be really appreciated. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!